Hey everybody, it's showtime. Hey everyone, and welcome to One Life over in the UK. And we have got one member, because everybody else is sick, one member of the amazing Drown Again, and we have got Eric with us today on the show. Welcome, Eric.
Wait, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Fantastic. Eric, I tell you what, so you don't feel lonely, our mascot Seagull has decided to join you.
Oh,
So
perfect.
I don't know if you've seen the previous shows, but basically in Torbay where I live, we have a seagull who visits us at 6 o'clock every single night, and because we broadcast between 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock time UK, he seems to want to come along and join in the show. So sometimes he can hear the music, sometimes he just sits at the window and stares. He's mostly wanting his food. But myself and Melissa from the ISSA, basically, we decided that Fred was going to become our mascot, which is why he was put up on the One Life site. So just to let you know, you're not alone tonight. Fred has joined you.
Perfect.
He's listening into the interview, and I'm sure when your music comes along, he'll be
Yeah.
nodding his head.
Awesome. That's great.
So anyway, welcome everybody. Basically, we are at the end of One Life special edition for the month of the National Autistic Society. And what a month we have had. We have had 12 fantastic artists who have joined in for the whole of the month of August to raise money for the National Autistic Society. And I just want to start the show to say thank you to each and every one of you. You've been amazing. You've been entertaining. The music has been amazing. We've had an absolutely amazing month. We've really enjoyed ourselves. There's been amazing comments from so many people about the show. September, I don't know what's happened. I've just been saying to Eric before we come on the show today, it seemed to have gone mental. Next month's charity hasn't even been put out yet, and already we've got 20 artists who are going to come and join us. And that's across the globe as well. So it's absolutely crazy. It sort of kept me up all night, kept the missus up all night, and I'm sure Fred's been kept up all night as well. But I've been overwhelmed by you all out there in podcast world and in the artist world. You know, about the amount of support that you want to give One Life. You know, I'm really touched. We only launched 4 weeks ago, and the numbers in terms of the Facebook site, my own personal site. Just a quick personal plea on my personal site. If we could all change over to One Life, if you're on my site but not One Life, can you change over? I think I've never had so many followers in my life since I've been on Facebook. It's sort of like grown up and up and up. I think people find me on Facebook, but then they don't go on One Life. So it's the balance. It's like all of a sudden Adrian's become popular, and I think everybody in my family's like, he's never been that popular before. So yeah, so that's a quick personal plea. In relation to other things, what's going on at the moment, I told you last week that I was entering the Danny Awards. Unfortunately, I didn't make it to the Dannies, but I was given an amazing welcome by them. They wanted me to come to America and come and watch a show. I wish I had the money to. I would have gone there and then. But they did put an open mic invitation to me as well, which was fantastic. So thank you very much, Danny's. In relation to the Danny Awards, again, me and Eric have been chatting about this. The Danny Awards are basically coming to One Life for a special month, One Life in November. And we as artists are going to support the Danny Awards because they do such a fantastic job for disabled people in America and across the world. So if you don't know about the Danny Awards, basically they will be putting on a festival in Woodstock for disabled people as a competition across the world, and 10 special artists will compete for a record label and a prize as well in Woodstock in America, and that's amazing. I did put the links out last night, and they will also be out again after today's show. And they'll be coming to us in 2 months' time. But in the meantime, in those 2 months' time, the last message that I have for you before we get on to Drown Again is that we are going to choose the lucky winner of our prize draw halfway through today's show. We're going to put a little spinny wheel up, and we're going to see which lucky person is going to be coming to One Life next month and doing a highlight show. Now, your highlight show could be anything. Your highlight show could be a set, and come on the set, I'll just basically compare, and you will basically do the music and run the music. Or you could actually take a live video link where you are. You could be at a festival, at a gig, one of your friends or family could take a video of you where you are, and I'll send you the link out, and we can link together and we can watch one of your shows for an hour wherever you are. You know, just basically a special thank you from One Life for joining us in the month of August, and also helping us raise money for the National Autistic Society. And then we will basically, whatever charity you choose, every single artist, so that's 20 artists, so that will hopefully be a big reach, okay, will support your charity, and we'll make sure that your charity is put on every single interview, and we will support your charity. So I'm really looking forward to next month. It's going to be a cracker. It's going to be really enjoyable. So anyway, that's all the messages, okay, and I got that done in 5 minutes, so I'm impressed with myself. We are going to get on to our final act of the month, and then unfortunately he's got to do it all himself, to the wonderful Drown again. Eric, welcome again.
Ooh, hold on, that makes me. I need to dab there for that one. That was a great introduction.
Fantastic. I tell you what, I forgot to dab. I'm going to go and get, my missus' t-shirt. Perhaps I'll get that sorted, whether she'll let me borrow it, or I'll get one of Fred's wings. Anyway, in terms of introductions, do you know what? Drown Again don't need any introductions. They've just come back from Atlanta, everybody. And do you know what? They are award winners over in Atlanta. So my introduction is blub and well done, Drown Again. We are so proud of you for picking up an award in Atlanta. Well done, boys.
Thank you so much.
And we're going to play your music, and it's going to show why you were award winners in Atlanta, because there's some great banging music coming from you guys. It really is. And it is absolutely fantastic. Been listening to it all day, and I've really enjoyed it. So what I wanted to, and I spoke to Eric, and I'll tell you what, everybody out there in Facebook world and YouTube world, I really hope that you took time to read the bio of Drown Again, because I tell you what, in terms of the National Autistic Society, in terms of autism itself, we have had some great artists this month. We've also had Lady Miranda, who's autistic herself, who's done a lot of work for advocating for autism and being an artist of autism herself. I did tell you, everybody, last week, Miranda did also pick up an award. She did get an award in the ISSA as well, and we're so proud of her as well. But in terms of autism itself, this band's in particularly one of the bios of the month. I was so touched when you sent this through. So what I want to do is to start today's show by letting Eric explain to you all how the band come across. Unfortunately, 2 of the members are unable to make today's show due to COVID, and also due to moving home, and we wish the person who's got COVID well. In relation to the person moving home, I hope you've got your boxes ready and you're ready to go. But Eric is going to do the band proud. Everybody's telling me in the band that he's going to keep us all entertained today. So Eric, go for it. How did this band all get together?
Well, I guess you go back a little bit. So Frank Blair and I, years ago, we played together in a number of ideations of different bands, and we're writing a lot of music and doing a lot of things. And as time goes on and whatnot, things sort of cooled off, and we sort of just drifted. We were in close friends during that time, but we stopped playing quite as much together. Frank has an adult autistic son, Little Frank, and we call him Little Frank, but much in the way that you call he's 21, and he's little. We call him Little, much in the same way you call the bald man Curly. He is a really big guy with just the biggest heart, and just such a wonderful kid. And so Frank, I think he got interested. Little Frank got interested in Big Frank's music, and wanted to kind of start creating some music with his dad. So they started kind of working on some stuff together, and they just, somewhere along the way, they decided to start working the music for some charitable things for autism. And Frank reached out via the internet. I'm not exactly sure where and how this met, but he ended up meeting Rob Mancini, who is a singer out of Ireland, and is a professional singer. He They ended up connecting, and Rob also has a child with autism. Um, and so they started communicating with each other about working on this project together. So they did that, and created some music, and submitted it again towards some one of the charitable. And you have to forgive me, I don't know which, because this is before I became back involved with them. Um, well, during that time, we had a CD that we had released, Frank and I, with some other folks, a few years before that, and he gave that to, or sent that over to Rob. Rob listened to it, um, and Rob was liked the music that he heard. He thought it would go over well in Europe, so he asked if we'd be interested in re-recording some or all of the CD, having him sing it, and then potentially trying to do some touring with it. So that's when I got the call from Frank asking me if I would be interested in, uh, coming back and redoing some of the music, which I was very interested. But I hadn't. But to be honest, I hadn't been playing bass for quite a while then, because it just sort of drifted out of my purview at that point. So I had to start relearning my instrument a little bit, start singing again to do some backup vocals, but we started recording over in Frank's home studio, and we'd send the music over to Rob. Eventually, we ended up re-recording about half of the original material, and then we came up with some new material, and and put out the CD, Emerge, and that came out about a year and a half ago now, and we've kind of just been continuing to create music that way ever since. Frank normally comes up with the music. I'll usually add some lyrics to it, and then it gets over to Rob, who puts his vocal stylings on it, and then and does all the mix down, because he's also an engineer, a musical engineer. So that's kind of where this all came about.
So I gather Little Frank's role in this. He's the manager of you guys. He makes sure that you're all in check.
He keeps us on task for sure. He comes out anytime Frank and I are working. He comes in and checks in on us, and he makes sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and his dad's doing what he's supposed to be doing, for sure.
Fantastic. I gather, does he go out to your sort of gigs and festivals and things like that? Is he able to manage those social situations?
I would say yes, but with Rob being in Europe, we have not gigged as of yet. We're working on that now, so hopefully we will be doing some festival and touring, either in Europe or here in the States next spring is kind of our target frame for that. But obviously coordinating, getting Rob and Frank and I together.
I was trying to work out where you all are. Where actually are you all based?
So Frank and I are in Washington State, which you would think Seattle, which is not too far away, but we're actually on the other side of the state and live in a desert.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called in a place called the Tri-Cities. It's Kennewick, Richland, Pasco. And Rob lives in Ireland, but is currently moving to Spain. So that's why the big move and why he couldn't be here today.
Okay, fantastic. Why Spain? Is there a particular reason he's going to Spain?
Yes, my understanding is that it's an employment. There's a studio there that wanted his skills and so he's going down to work with some other musicians, and is going to be working in a studio, mixing and mastering and doing all that kind of stuff for some other folks down there.
Brilliant, fantastic. So in relation to any other charities that the band would support in the future, or any other charities, would it all just be linked around autism, or is there any other sort of interest that people have when it comes to, we all have an interest in sort of a charity locally or nationally, is there any others as band members who you'd like to support in the future?
That one's a tough one. The the autism one's a big one, and because of Frank and Rob, and that's something that they're very passionate about. I'm extremely passionate about, and I don't, it's called a charity, but about distracted driving awareness. So that's kind of my personal one that I invest a lot of time and energy into.
Fantastic. I think we all have one. I think when I brought together One Life, I think I was on track number 7 on the One Life album. So that's 7 separate charities, but they were all charities that I had fallen in love with, like through being a child up to being an adult. So obviously that's the Dyslexia Association because of my own dyslexia. The autism related to my family members, and even up to the RNLI, which is a local lifeboat association. And that, for me, that was because when I was a teenager, me and my brother decided to go for a swim in the local sea. As typical teenagers won't come back again with our parents, just swim out to sea. And the RNLI actually saved my skin that day because we both decided to swim so far that we got lost.
Oh boy.
And they've always stuck with me since then. And every time I see their charity, I'm like, do you know what? Actually, at 10 years old, if it weren't for them, I probably wouldn't be here. I love the sea so much. But basically, they saved us that day, and the RNLI charity single was amazing to put something together for them because it was a little, basically a thank you for saving my life, But I think there is so many charities across the world who we can support, and I think that's why whenever we do this each month, I think there will always be someone that we can choose, and it doesn't have to be one particular charity. I think there's many who we can support, but yeah, so thanks for sharing that with us. That's absolutely fantastic. What we're going to do now is we are going to play one of your songs so you can have a little bit of a break. After this, we are then going to basically do the prize wheel in terms of who the selected artist is going to be for the month and what charity we're going to be doing. We won't tell you today because we won't know until we've spoken to the artist, but we can tell you their name. And then after that, we're going to get onto the ISSA Awards a bit more, and you can tell me, Eric, about how it felt going down that red carpet.
Awesome.
So
That'd be great.
I have got a choice of 2 for you. I have got Find You Still, or I've got Measure a Man. Which one do you want first?
Ooh, boy. Good choices.
Tough one. Tough one.
Yeah, I'd say let's go with Measure of Man. I know it's a little bit longer, but it's that's one that I feel a little personally connected to. I really enjoy that one.
Okay, fantastic. Give me a bit of context behind Measure of a Man. What's this about?
So my father and I were very close. When he died, or right before he died, he told me he wanted me to do his eulogy and call it Loyalty, Honor, and Love. And so at that time, when I did his eulogy, that was maybe the hardest thing that I had to do. And so this song is really an honor to him and kind of what I felt I was going through at the time during his death.
Okay, fantastic. So it's a very special song to yourself as well.
Yeah.
I hope this actually comes across to you well. Okay, so we're going to hear this song. It's a great song, everybody. Well written and an amazing one to enjoy for all. Okay, I'm going to put this on now. Oh, listening, I may lose the screen a minute because I'm going to sort the wheel out. Loyalty, honor, and love are the things Fantastic, young man. That is such an amazing song. Brilliant song.
Hey,
Absolutely love it.
thank you.
I really do. And considering how it was written and why it was written, um, just yeah, thanks for bringing that to us because I think it's a fantastic song. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we are going to see who our lucky prize winner is. Okay, so normally at this time of day, we will be basically putting the artist under pressure to basically raise a bit of money, or basically do a little bit of a game show for them. But Drown again have got away with this week. I tell you what, I think they'll be Drown again since they basically got back from Atlanta lesson. They've had lots and lots of unsettled nights, getting bags packed for the awards and coming back and then being struck down with COVID. So I think they've improved quite a lot actually. So I'm not going to put them under too much pressure during today's show, but we are going to do the prize draw. So I'm going to spin this wheel and we're going to see who it is. Basically, it's out of my hands. This is on the computer. I won't be able to rig it. Okay, it's basically an internet-based wheel. Okay, so it will spin and whoever it lands on. All 12 artists are on here. As you can see on your screens, everybody's name has been put on our logo. And this is our Phoenix logo, and the Phoenix is basically about a bird who keeps flying high, whatever happens in life. Whatever happens to us as a band or as an individual artist or as people, that Phoenix will look after us like he's looked after me all my life. Okay, so that's why the emblem is basically there. That's my emblem, but also part of my life as well. So let's go for it. Let's see if we can spin from here. No, we can't spin from here. That's typical. Hang on a minute. Where's it spinning from? Here. Right. Can you see me spinning, Eric? Can you see my cursor going over?
I'm sorry, your audio is cutting in and out. I'm having a very hard time hearing
Okay, can you hear
what's
now? Can you
happening.
hear now?
Yes.
Right,
There.
I'm going to spin it. Can you see it spinning?
Yes, it is spinning. There we go.
Wow, okay. I'm going to come back. See it all. Take off this. And tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the wheel has decided to go right back to show number one. How unreal was that? I didn't think that was going to do that. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, your charity of the month will be presented, and I'll tell you what, I'm really excited by this. Be presented by the amazing Wesson. And I don't know if you saw Wesson's show on show number one. They're a band from London, and they are amazing. They are, if you go to the playlist on One Life, they're the guys in the glow sticks, and their music's amazing. And to have a show with them in the month of September is going to be amazing. And so I'm really looking forward to getting them on the show. I will contact Wesson, let them know that they've been selected, and I'm sure they'll be just as excited as everyone else. So thank you everybody who came in August to come and support National Autistic Society. I will be contacting you all in the next 3 to 6 months because I want to pull you back on the show because I want to know what your journeys have been like over the next 3 to 6 months. But I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting me this month. But like I say, I will be contacting Weston. So well done, Weston. You're coming back. You're doing a highlight show. So back over to John again. Come on, guys. Eric, what was ISSA like? Tell me all about it. Can you hear me?
Okay, so you're asking, as you're cutting in and out, I mean, you're on about ISSA, correct?
That's it. Let's go for it.
Yeah. Uh, that was an amazing experience. We'd been nominated for several categories for the ISSA Awards, and Frank and I went to Atlanta with the idea that we were just going to try to meet some musicians and network and kind of have an experience. We didn't have any expectation of winning anything. I mean, we hadn't ever been there before. This was our first time doing this, and so we're sitting in the audience, and they called out "Drown Again" on Band of the Year, the Silver Award for Band of the Year. We both kind of looked at each other and stopped, and we didn't even stand up right away. We were stunned. that we were winning something. Um, and we legitimately couldn't believe it was a very surreal experience walking down the aisle to go pick up an award on stage. Um, wasn't our expectation at all. It felt amazing, and we were like just humbled that we were surrounded by these incredible musicians and singers and songwriters, and the fact that they thought we were good enough to get an award. And we're being the people that are voting on it are our peers in that. So we're just really humbled by the entire experience. It was fantastic.
Fantastic. Sounds really good. So it was your first year, wasn't it?
It was our first year, yes.
His first year. Had you ever done any other awards apart from the ISSA? Have you gone in for any other awards?
Yeah, and I cannot remember the name of the other one. Frank, this is usually Frank's thing that he talks about because he's got that all in his head. Uh, but yeah, we had won an award for another one of our songs. You'll have to forgive me. I can't remember which organization that one was through.
That's okay. So I'm a bit concerned about the other two. This is like the award, like show number 3 that they've been unwell or they've been moving in their boxes. Eric, you said to me before the show that you have to carry them on your back. Is there 2 artists from the ISSA that we could replace them with if they decided they're just going to like give up now? If you had to be on your own, is there 2 artists from the ISSA you'd say, come and join my band? Who would they be?
Oh, I couldn't even possibly. uh,
You met so many great artists.
There were so many, and well, and also those, it's such I mean, it covered everything from country artists to soul to blues to rock to hard rock, and so the amount of people that we met and played or got to, and then we had these great nighttime. Most of us said we're staying at the same hotel, so we had these great little nighttime acoustic jams around the campfire at the hotel, and which I'm really surprised the hotel let us do because they usually went on until about 2 a.m. And we were making a lot of noise, but having a lot of fun. Everybody just joining in. So.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. Sounds definitely worth it, and definitely an amazing time.
It was. Was
I know there was a pre-show and an after show. Was there any particular highlight that you remember in Atlanta? Apart from the drinks around the pool at the end of the night. Was there anyone particular who you saw at the parties or during the show you thought was amazing?
I particularly liked, there was a group called Burdens Within that I thought was just fantastic, and the Mighty One was also. These were both a little more contemporary to our style of music, and we got to spend a good amount of time with the musicians from both of those bands, and both bands. When I saw them play live, I was just blown away by their live performance and their ability to both capture the audience, but also their music was just fantastic.
Fantastic. So there's been pressure on Frank and etc. to get yourself back to work. You can't keep giving these excuses that you've got COVID and you're also moving house, okay? Because poor Eric is sitting here doing all the work on himself. Okay, so basically, if you're not back in the next couple of months, we're going to be contacting the Mighty One, and there, you've got some backup there to continue down again without the guys, So I think I'll tell you what, the Mighty One is coming on the show in September, and I'm really looking forward to meeting him. And I've heard a lot of his music, and wow, I know why you've chosen him. Great singer.
Yeah, I'm going to apologize. You're cutting in and out on me here. I'm getting about every third word you're saying, so I'm having a little tough time hearing what you're saying here. So okay.
That's okay, Eric. Don't worry about it, Eric. Hopefully the show will basically be filling in for itself. Okay, Eric, I know you're having problems. So what we're going to do, Eric, because you're having to do this show on your own today, I'm going to play your last song, and then we're going to do our final words. Okay, so Eric, I hope you heard me. We're going to play your last song.
Okay.
Okay. So, Find You Still, Eric. Can you tell us
Okay.
a bit about that?
Yeah, we actually, so we wrote, or lyrics were specific. Frank had written some music, and it kind of hit me. We wrote this, wrote the lyrics for a television show that we submitted it to, and we're still hoping to hear back from them. So can't say, but hopefully the lyrics will. It's a very popular television show. Hopefully, some people will actually be able to figure out which show it's supposed to go towards, and but wrote it with the idea that it would be for the theme of the show, but also sort of stand alone on its own. So.
Okay, fantastic. So for everybody in the comment section during the song, if you can name the film or name the show, sorry, please put it in the comment section because I probably won't know. I'm not from America, so is it an American show?
It is, yeah, it is an American show, yes.
Yeah. So put it in the comments for me. Eric's not going to tell us, okay? Put it in the comments if you know the show, and then hopefully everybody will be able to find us. If you don't put it in now, put it in later. Okay, the comments will be underneath the video when it gets sent out live later. So we have to have a bit of a clue, but it's a fantastic song, and I'm going to play it for you now.
Separated moments mark lines of time. Keep us moving forward towards what we cannot find. Regret for things said and aching for this loss. Paid the burden, but I never knew the cost. However lost you feel, know that I will find you still. No matter what you see, I will be there for so much farther away, making tomorrow feel like it was yesterday. Somehow I still feel all these lines connected, and these moments were never what I expected. However lost you feel, know that I will find you still. No matter what you see, I will be there for you. Wherever you might be, you can put your faith in me. I'm never so far away that I can't find you. However lost you feel, know that I will find you still. No matter what you see, I will be there for you. Wherever you might be, you can put your faith in me. I'm never so far away that I can't find you.
Fantastic! What an amazing song again.
Ah.
You're bringing out some great tracks, guys.
Thank you.
Absolutely great tracks. We were losing each other in terms of connectivity, so if you were seeing that I was playing around a bit, I was trying to get a better sound for Eric to hear me.
I can hear you.
So-
I can hear you perfectly now. So
Fantastic. So I tell you what, keep bringing those tracks up. So what is the year going to be bringing for Drown Again? Where are we going, boys? What more tracks are we going to be hearing coming up in the next few months? Anything else to be released?
Well, we just signed with a new management company, and we're very excited about that. And they seem to be doing a lot of work for us. And I think the idea is that we're going to finish out. I think we've got about 30 songs on deck that we've been kind of playing around with. We've got to narrow it down. The idea is that we'll try to release a new album, hopefully, I'm guessing around by the end of the year, and then work towards supporting that and touring with that in the spring.
Fantastic.
Of next year.
Sounds really good. So until then, where can everybody find your music?
We are on we're on basically all the platforms: Spotify, Amazon Music. You can find us on iTunes. I don't think that there's a downloading or a streaming listening service that we're not available on. So if you just punch in Drown Again on your favorite service, you should be able to find us.
Fantastic. That's brilliant. Brilliant. Excellent. Do you know what? Considering we've had problems with the internet today, we have done an absolutely wonderful show for you all. And I thank Eric on behalf of Drown Again, and I'm sure the guys will thank you when we got offline today for joining us today. I'm going to finish off the show now, but I'd just like to ask you, is there anyone that you would like to say a special thank you in terms of the support that you get, in terms of friends and family and fans and things like that? I'm sure there's a few people out.
I think all.
Drown Again. Yeah, say thank you.
I think all of our. Oh, sorry. I would like to say all of our family and friends. They've been so supportive. I'm going to say Damian Mitchell is Stream Management Group, who's just we just started up with, but he's just seemed to be really working hard for us. And then I'm going to personally thank Rob and Frank just for being two of the most excellent musicians I've ever had an opportunity to collaborate with, and I think all three of us are very proud of what we've accomplished and where we're going with this thing.
Fantastic, that's lovely. And I'm going to finish the show off. And you know why I'm going to finish the show off? We are now, I forgot to say it because I won't be saying it again. I'll be saying it all month. We are now at the end of the National Autistic Society Support Month. Okay, as you can see down there, this little message has been going for one whole month. Okay, and it's going to be disappearing because we're going to be finding out who Western are going to be putting forward. So I am going to take everybody the last chance to empty your pockets, the last chance to go to family and friends and fans to say, hey, this is such an amazing charity, please support us, okay? And this is the last chance to get it in. But I'm so excited about next month already. I'm excited to go and contact Western and give a phone call and tell them that they've won. And also tell them that we're going to be supporting them all month. So, from the bottom of my heart, thanks everybody again. Thanks for watching. And we have got some love today. Eric, I'll tell you what, somebody's given us a love heart. I love these love hearts. I don't know where they come from. But we have got a love heart, Eric, for you. I'm going to give this one to you. Okay? For coming onto the show. Okay? So, the video will go out after today, and we'll see you all very soon. Keep a watch for live because there's going to be some posts going up very soon in the new chat. That's going to be. Take good care, everybody. Have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy yourselves, okay? And I'll be back with you all on Monday. So have a good weekend. Eric, have a good one. Make sure you get everybody well for me.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, take good care of yourself. Bye-bye, Eric. See you later. Take care.